That's totally. So starting introducing myself, I just graduated from Central Union High School this past Friday. I, let's see. I heard of the scholarship. I think it's called scholarship. I heard about the scholarship in the counseling department. So your school. So if you guys know any seniors for next year, if you have relatives or something, tell them to apply. They're always worth it, especially the local ones. Now moving on to high school. Starting off freshman year, I've always been this size, like this height, probably a little thinner, but I've always been short. Right now I'm wearing wedges, but I've always been short and like small, like shy. And so, and so my first year, I took honors classes, I took honors English, and I joined wrestling. I joined wrestling as a freshman, and there was only like 3 girls. And so I joined that. So if any of you girls, what grade? 7th and 8th graders? Who's an 8th grader? Then right here the system is like 9th graders.
High school. But they're in a campus by themselves, right?
Okay, so
but they still participate in varsity sports.
Oh, okay. So if any girls interested in wrestling, I suggest you join. It's worth it. It makes you mature and prepare. You learn a lot from it, and you apply it to your real life, not just at school and within the sport. It makes you a better person. And I joined wrestling. Then after wrestling, I did track. Then my sophomore year, in addition, I also took AP classes, AP and honors classes, and I also did wrestling again. But wrestling, my sophomore year was a little bit more complicated because I didn't have the support from my parents. Well, I did have it from my mom, and my dad was like, I'll support you in anything you like to do, but it wasn't fully 100% like, oh, you go, you wrestle, you know? So there's always that challenge or that barrier, but you just have to learn to overcome and like jump over it. Because nothing is impossible. If you work and you have yourself a plan, then you'll do it. Then that was the only sport I did. My junior year, I also joined wrestling, but I had some problems at home, which didn't allow me to continue. I didn't have support and anything. So I stopped midway the season. But I took the time to look at like my high school career and like say to myself what I had to work with to become a better student, because I was concentrating too much in wrestling and too much in sports and extracurricular activities that I wasn't paying attention to my grades, and my grades actually started going down. And like my mom was like, look at yourself in the mirror, is that you? And I was like, no, it's not. I can do better. I know I can. So I got my stuff together and I finished junior year with AP classes, pre-cal, honors, and now comes senior year, right? And senior year, my junior year summer, that's when I took English at IBC with Miss Alonso, and we read the Freedom Writer's Diary.
Oh, that one too.
Yes, it was fun. I'm gonna say it was super fun. And I'm a math person, to be honest. I like math. I prefer math rather than English. In the summer, I was said that I was gonna be taking like a math class, you know. And so I'm like, oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be advanced my senior year in math. Well, it turns out that they're like, oh no, it's gonna be English, like all day from what time was it? It started like at 10, from like 10 to 4.
Yeah.
From 10 to 4, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. English nonstop, and I was like, like what did I get myself into? Because I didn't know. I thought I was gonna go and taking a math class. Turns out Miss Alonso was my teacher. I was like, okay. Then the curriculum she had for the summer was just amazing. We grew up. I think it made us mature a lot. We compared ourselves to many other people, and it was life changing. I can say that. That month, it was a month. I can say that month changed so many of us. It's incredible what one book can do. And then some actions that I do now, I see myself and I relate it to the book, and I'm like, wow, it's impressive. It's crazy. So that was my junior year summer, and then senior year, starting senior year, well, you're a senior, right? Where do you want to go to college? Where do you want to apply? Applications, grades, letters of recommendation, having essays, because schools, you apply, you do everything, but you also have to have your personal statements, and some of them...
Edgar Ramos, Dayanara Rogers, Isandro González, Yair Moreno, Leslie Peiro, Ana Bustamantes, Hugo de la Torre, Natalie Ceseña, Talia Carpena. Please report to the main office.
So you have a personal statement to write about yourself. Some of the schools provide to you the question, and some of them provide to you options about what you want to write. So I applied to UCs, CSUs, I have, of course, IBC, and some privates and independent colleges, which that's where I'm going to head. I'm going to head to Manhattan College next fall in New York, Riverdale, New York, in the Bronx, and I'll be studying mechanical engineering. I will get my bachelor's hopefully in 4 years, so that's what I'm planning for. Now, throughout my high school, I mentioned my sports no longer within the school, but I've also been part of green team. In freshman year, there was a psychology club with Mr. Lundis. Yearbook this year, I was business manager. It's pretty fun. You have fun. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it. And also, what else was I doing? Well, I was in Upward Bound. I was also Upward Bound secretary for IBC. So I'm so excited you guys want to get into the program. I truly recommend it. It helps you so much, not just the support, but and having another family, but the extra push. It sets for you to push yourself to your limit, to reach for what you can, you know? And I also did we did FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, like a year and a half, for about a year. Campus Live. That's all I can think of. For community service, I did Pop Warner football, snack bar. We did catering for Juniors Cafe from El Centro. And I volunteered for 1 year at the El Centro Regional Medical Center as a career stripe. Candy striper. But I realized, it was then when that's when I realized that the medical field was not for me. And I already knew, but I just wanted to try it out. You know, I was like, oh, you never know. I like helping people. Let me just see if that's the way I'm going to help people. And it turns out it didn't, so that's why I stopped. So I figured out that maybe, making machinery and stuff like that is another way to help people, right? To make life easier, because unfortunately we're heading to robots. And I say unfortunately because we just get lazier day by day and technology is so taking over our lives. So that's my high school career. Any questions?
I know you assimilate a lot with Mithzeri. Share with her a little bit.
Well, I wrestle too, and I do track too. And well, my grades are not that good, but they're good, and then sometimes they ain't. And, well, there was a lot of things comment and sorry about laughing. I was laughing in the middle, because I do the same thing, and everybody was like.
This is like your mini me, and that's gonna do better because you spoke with her and gave her some insight, I hope.
Yeah, so you wrestled, was it because you didn't have support, in wrestling, or?
No, in there I have a lot of support.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, my parents always in practice. Sometimes I'm like, oh, you have to be here.
And she also does?
Practice.
Yeah, nice.
And well, I want to do it when I'm in high school too.
I really encourage it. Aside from that, there's also tons of opportunities for women in wrestling. Aside from that, also scholarships, not just the athletic way, but...
And right now, there's a lot of girls in wrestling. In high school?
Yeah, in Classico. I know Classico High School had this year a full lineup.
Of girls.
Yeah. So it's growing,
I think there's more girls than guys now.
I'd have to check that out.
Boom! Girl power.
Any other questions from high school?
And when did you find out about MAG or about this?
MAG, I found out with Miss Alonso Garza when she was my teacher my first year at UCSD from Upward Bound from IBC. She came in and we're like, okay, well, what was this teacher? We're all sitting there because it's like you're in a university setting, so you feel like you're gonna be all cool, oh, I'm in college, I'm gonna decide what to do, what not to do, go to my dorm, whatever. But it doesn't work that way. Teachers have control. You're still in high school, so you're still supervised 24/7. We're super supervised. You have no idea, but it's worth it. Honestly, it's worth it. You can't complain about it. And she presented herself, she introduced herself, what we're going to do in class, and then she mentioned a little bit of her past and her son, her background, and that's when we heard about MAG Coalition, and we're like, oh. And that class was kind of tough. I can say my first year it was super deep. We shared things that we've never shared with other people, or that was never shared in the classroom before. basically. And so I think it opened up for us to become more of a family, and that's really important to have someone that will support you and will give you advice, and you can share things with other people, within your peers. That's pretty helpful and supportive. So that's how I heard about vocation.
Do you want to talk a little bit about your application process, not just with MAC Coalition Scholarship, but others?
Other scholarships or university?
Yeah, for the university.
Okay, so for university process, first I decided my major. Then I looked for schools that had my major, which was mechanical engineering, manufacturing engineering, and physics. I was deciding for those three because they're basically around the same path, you know? And so I knew that I wanted to go far. Not because I wanted to say I want to leave my family and tired of them, because I'm not. I love my family and I'm thankful for the family that I have today with me. But I want to live and enjoy my young adulthood, because if I don't do it now, I feel like, when will I do it? You know, after college, I'm gonna concentrate on getting a job and ranking myself higher and higher and becoming something even better. And I'm gonna have a full-time dedication to my job, and I feel like I'll have the time to have fun after I graduate. So I said to myself, well, I want to go far, enjoy, explore. I'd rather, like I said to my parents, I know that I'm not gonna go to college like super rich or with money, you know, because our income, it's not that high. But I'd rather, if I'm going to San Diego or I'm going to New York, I'd rather be in New York and just take a walk down the city rather than take a walk here in San Diego where I already know the area. I mean, it's going to be the same thing, you know? My financial status is going to be the same thing, but I'd rather como entretenerme yo misma allá, like another place else, and meet different types of people and just get to know the world now. I am coming back to the Valley after I graduate. That's my plan, hopefully, for a little while. And that's how I said I wanted to go far. Now, I'm our AVID teacher. I am part of AVID. Any of you in AVID?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you know how we have all those trips to schools and stuff like that. They're trying to get us into college, and yes, it helps a lot. Your junior year tutoring. Do you guys have the tutoring Tuesdays and Thursdays, or how does it work?
Tutorial?
Uh-huh.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Seem like us. They're, in high school, your freshman and sophomore years, I'm like, whatever, like I know how to do this. But junior year and senior year, those tutorials, they become like your best friends. Not only with academics, but also with your application process and all the documents. Because junior year, you start preparing for the SATs, ACTs, and all those kinds of stuff. And those are helpful. That time, those 50 minutes, or I don't know how much it is here, but those 50 minutes become your best friend. Because sometimes you're super busy with extracurricular activities and you don't have the time, so you do it at school. You know, you do it during school and you get help and you register and all those types of things. So I used my AVID time, and Mr. Agunda, my AVID teacher, our AVID teacher senior year, he's like, apply, because that's goal for AVID, right? To get you to go to a 4-year college or 2-year college and then transfer. And I wasn't gonna apply to UCs because I was like, I'm not gonna get accepted because I don't have above a 4.0. I have under a 4.0, you know? And it's just like, apply. You have to do, it was a lot of work. You had to do personal statements, letters of rec, this whole application that took like 3 sittings, three like 1-hour sittings. And I was like, nah. And then CSUs, and I was like, okay. After a little while that you know how we have speakers in Avid? Well, after like hearing about them and everything, I was like, okay, I'll apply. So I applied. And the application process, I can say, is super stressful. I'm not gonna lie. If you want to go to college, it's gonna take time, and you have to be patient. You have to put in the time. That's one thing. If you put in the time and you do your best, it will pay off. But if you want to go to college and you don't put in the time and you don't dedicate yourself towards that goal and achieving that goal, then chances are you're not going to be that successful into going into a 4-year college. Being honest, well, from my personal opinion. It took, how many drafts did I do? Like an essay, because for the UCs they're like 4 personal statements, and I did like 8 drafts for each personal statement, and I submitted. And I did get accepted to UC Irvine, and I think UC Riverside.
Oh, my friend's going to Riverside.
Review the essays, and we would turn them into him, and he would review. He's the AP language teacher, and he would review the essays and he would give us feedback to have successful essays.
Yeah. So the application process is really, really long, but if you put the time and effort, it'll pay off. What else am I missing in regards to application?
Edgar Ramos, Dayanara Rogers, Leslie Peiro, Aylan Contreras, Hugo de la Torre, Natalie Ceseña, Talia Carpena. Please report to the main office.
Talk about your plan that you included in the essay for this MAG scholarship.
Okay, so now moving on to the plan, guys. Okay, so have you told them about nothing? Okay, so for the scholarship application for MAG, it was, I have it right here, this is my draft, guys. I was to write an essay, if I were a community leader, what anti-gang prevention plan of action would you implement to improve the quality of life of our youth? And how could this plan have helped myself transition the changes in my life, which brought to me to decide between the negative and positive crossroads teenagers face today? So basically, aside from this, it's also a way to get MAG Coalition out there, get the name known. If we want to have people that will say like MAG Coalition, like, oh, that anti-gang awareness, club. So the purpose, my plan, start off with the plan, is, let me read the little sentence because I get
Everybody's gonna start dancing.
Okay, so I would initiate a plan of action to implement and improve the quality of life of our youth with a focus on social issues, which would be like alcoholism, bullying, campus crime, child abuse, domestic violence, gang violence, gun control, sexual harassment, and stereotyping. Household development, because we know that sometimes the way we are treated at home and the way we grow up at home influences a lot in the actions we take at school and in the outside world. And educational purposes. So at school, how can we relate that to school? As well as helping the improvement of their community, which be involved and have events, fundraisers, community service from the club. So the plan consists of initiating MAG Coalition school clubs in the middle school and high school level. I did not know, how Ms. Alonso said, I did not know that this plan had existed. That's why I planned it, that's why I wrote about it, because there's no club. There should be clubs. But then it turns out she emails me and the MAG team, and I was like, what? I didn't know about this before I wrote my essay, So let me go ahead and so where would the plan consist of? Well, here in the Imperial Valley, high schools and middle schools. So middle schools, it already started here. I'm glad of that. So now we're going to try to make it into high schools. And you said, I mentioned Imperial Valley maybe one day statewide, and that's the goal, right?
Yes,
to go
statewide and then nationwide.
And then nationwide. So I believe if we work together, we can do it. We can do it. At least statewide by the end of the year.
Definitely.
And so the actions of the club would be to raise anti-gang awareness, which is basically the main focus of this club, correct? And then also to fundraise. Not only do they do fundraisers, or what is it?
Yes.
What is it that they do?
They do fundraisers for their activities here at school.
Here at school. Okay. So what type of activities do they like? What does this club do?
Well, we're in that development stage, and that's why we want to hear more about
when did
yours.
It start? When did this club
In
start?
January.
Oh, January?
January we started, and we pretty much did some grams, which is very popular around the schools for Valentine's, and what else for the parent picnic. We did literacy night for Dr. Seuss Day, and the movie night. We did movie night. We're organizing a MAG Teens dance at Inferno.
Oh yes, I
so
saw it.
To expand
13 to 17, I was like, dang it.
well, you can be a chaperone.
Okay.
and what we want to do is expose MAG teens, countywide, and hoping to inspire teachers to become the advisors and then implement it at their own school with their bylaws and the constitution of the ASB.
Okay. So I was thinking, my plan. One of the ways to fundraise, I see you guys already have T-shirts, but I don't know. do we have? Oh, your secretary. You're a member.
I forgot my shirt.
Oh, okay.
She always forgets her shirt on Mondays.
So Mondays
Mag
is
Mondays.
meeting? Oh,
Mag Mondays.
Oh, okay. So in other schools, it would be starting off with the club itself, and I think T-shirts grab a lot of attention. Like, I want one shirt of that, you know. And that shirt could be sold, and you're helping anti-gang awareness, and we'd be getting profit and saving up for fundraisings, and I don't know if the money would go also towards scholarships or the club MAC coalition itself, you know. So it would be here, and at other schools would be a proof logo, because there's the whole process about selling T-shirts and other things at other schools. Now, also to serve the community by organizing public family events, which can also serve as fundraisers, right? Because that's our main point, because unfortunately we need money to do anything we want to do. There needs to be money. So first we have to fundraise, and then once we start fundraising and everything, we can start doing activities. So this would include walks and runs, which I'm pretty sure you've already started on that.
Wait, runs?
One is right behind you, I believe. We have a little poster from the last one, the 7.3K and 1.73K.
Over there? The T-shirt or no?
No, yeah, well, that one was also one of them, but those two flyers, the Peace Vigil and the Just Say No walk, yeah. And we have a participant that was part of that, Karen.
What's your name? Oh, Karen?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Karen. Okay, so walks and runs, so that would be just...
She also forgot her vice president shirt.
Oh. So it would include to making that event even bigger, because as I saw on Facebook and everything, and it was pretty successful.
All we need is just...
Yeah, we just need to make it bigger, you know, and make it more known and let other people know about it. Now, cookouts, have you had anything like that?
No.
No? So maybe cookouts?
Car wash.
Car wash?
Car wash.
Maybe
She
a
wants
dance
to do the car wash.
And the day of commemoration to Martin Garza, when is that day?
January
6th. January 6th. What is it that you guys do?
We do the Peace Vigil and the Teddy Bear Drive
Oh, Teddy Bear
that day.
Day.
And the anti-gang awareness proclamations now.
Oh, okay.
Give me 1 minute. Give her 1 minute
And
to
so, the Awareness Day celebration from each club, and also if it grows within other schools, just to conclude, like here and what's the other junior high?
Willie Moreno.
Willie Moreno. Stuff like that. Maybe have even competitions within the clubs, and there's like events, and we'll even fundraise then. You know.
Very good.
So that would be it. So it'll be like an official school club, and the officers would be responsible, meet weekly or twice a week. I don't know what you guys would plan, and just plan organized projects and activities. And that's it. Well, the goal is to become a well-known organization locally right now, but statewide hopefully at the end of the year.
Yes. What do we say to our guest speaker?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you for taking your time.
Okay, great. Let's get a quick picture.
Sophie.